Alrighty, we're going live. Hopefully that's working. You never know with YouTube. It's a crapshoot sometimes. How's it going, everybody? Having a good day? Having a good time, I hope. With more people, Ultimate Darkness is probably not a good idea. Okay, so we'll do a normal map. Process check-in results. Check in with people. Alrighty, we're going. Hey, I heard my own voice, which means it's working. Yay. Who wants something? Okay. Sorry, people asking me questions. There's a lot going on. I'll take you over to the left screen so you can at least see what I'm doing while you're bored. So we have 7 participants today, which means I should actually shuffle it. 1, a 2, a 3, and it's impossible to avoid a clan fighting on the first thing because there are 4 RTK out of 7 participants. Well, actually, I could do one little switch here. I'll fight contenders. I'll fight contenders. We can avoid the round 1. All right. Well, that feels weird. I'll shuffle again. Boop. All right, how are we doing this time? Swarf, but okay, same thing. I want to do this randomly. We're in the exact same situation. You know what? Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's. Yep. Yep. This is fine. All right. Tournament started. Screw it. Screw it. Who am I adding? Add Adelmo. Add Artisan. At myself, at Contende, at Bobman, and at Dr. Jellyfish. We are live. Best of 1. Okay, cool. Cool. I think we're ready. And that would mean I am fighting Contende. Now, for anybody watching who's like, what the fuck is happening? What's going on, human boy, you piece of garbage? Well, that's rude, but also you're right. We're doing Dark Elves Civil War. If you haven't seen our Civil War series previously, it's where I take a faction, divide up the sub-factions, give each of them some special rules to make them play more thematically how the sub-faction is kind of in the lore, or just to make them more fun. And this way we can see some portions of the matchup we aren't used to, like Dark Elves. You see Morathi double Manticore all the time. Well, the only faction that could take Morathi, Cult of Pleasure, I limited them to 1 Manticore, meaning it's literally impossible to see Morathi double Manticore today. Woo! So yeah, should be fun. Should be good stuff. Who is my opponent again? Open check-in? Honeynut. The check-in already ended, Honeynut. You Honeynut. Honeynut. Bobman saying I didn't want to face him. Correct, I did not want to face an RTK in round 1. Silly person. And Honeynut. The check-in closed. What to do? I think I know what to do. I think I am ready for this. Boop. I will propose that Honeynut can only take my spot if they play Thousand Maws, because I want to see some gosh darn Rakarth today. It's a Rakarth day. It's his birthday. I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it's his birthday, so it's his birthday. Okay, host battle. Contende and Honeynut. I will invite them. I think Contende and I are friends. I mean, he always finds me one way or the other. Are Honeynut and I friends? Is anybody my friend? I think Chucky Nut is Honeynut. I think. Find your opponent at Contende. Lobby up. Yo! Alright, so we have Honeynut replacing me in the tournament, which is pretty fine. I can just focus on casting. Hey, Contende! You're fighting Honeynut. They're taking my spot. They're still playing the Thousand Maws, though. Alright, Gorgazon. I gotta get the map right. So we will have Contende on the Cult of Pleasure versus Honeynut on the Thousand Maws. And as you can see on your screen here, the little thing we're gonna do. So Contende will have... He needs to take 8 female units, but he can have 6 Harpies, because Harpies are so good. But he gets Marathi, so he gets the best Lord on the roster. He'll be fine. 1,000 Maws. The only magic you can take is Lore of Beasts. But other than that, you must have a Master Hero. And you can take any of the campaign units, which is pretty nuts for the 1,000 Maws. So I can shift the screen blocker a little bit so you can see what I'm looking at. But still not see Honeynut's build. You can take any of the campaign units. So we have Feral Cold Ones, Mournfang Cavalry, Explosive Squig. Ha! The Explosive Squig. Giant Wolves, Feral Stegodon, Feral Mammoth, Feral Carnosaurus. You have a bunch of monsters. That could be pretty fun. Giant Wolves specifically are actually really good. From the Wood Elf Civil War, the Drycha faction used them quite well. They are terrifying. Aside from that, yeah, 1,000 Maws is just going to be fun. As for chicken contenders, the Cult of Pleasure, their boon is they get Marathi, and you get 6 Harpies if you want them, which, up to you. Other than that, it's mostly nerfs just because everyone's sick of seeing Marathi every game. We want some different Dark Elf Lords, come on! And I think we only have 2 Cult of Pleasures, so... Out of the 7 participants, at least 5 of them physically can't take Marathi. So that's cool. Alright, Blocker, get more centralized. Oh, and I can change the names, too. Where's the Spice Power? I don't know. I don't know where Ice Power is. He didn't feel like... Does Mama count as one of the females? Yep. I don't know. I don't know where Ice Power is. Maybe he's not a Dark Elf player anymore. Maybe he hates us. I was going to do something. Oh, yeah, the score. Duh. So semifinals and finals are best of 3, but we're in the current, like, the little knockout thing. You know, a one-off game to get to the semifinals. So this is best of 1. Yeah. And while I'm sitting here rambling, how the best of 3s usually work in this sort of thing is you have your declared faction, right? And that is your game 3 faction. So game 1, top of the bracket, picks one of the sub-factions, bans 1, because there's only 6, so banning 1 is kind of a lot. Game 2, other person does. And then game 3, you pick your faction you entered the tournament with blind, so we don't have like a unfair situation. It's essentially blind pick. So we can treat this as a game 3. I hope Honeynut takes the Exploding Squig, Adelmo. I agree. I agree. I've been playing a lot of Dark Elves recently. They're kind of fun. I wish their roster was a little better because they rely heavily on some broken units, I guess you would call them. Well as their generic units aren't that great, but I think with like a couple buffs here and there, a couple nerfs of... Contende's wondering if the Hydra's a girl. Probably not. I did list... Where was it? Bloodrack Medusa's Harpies count as female. So when a monster is female, I noted it. But, I mean, the Hydra could be. I don't know. I feel like if it was versus me, I'd be like, yeah, sure. But if it's versus somebody else, I'm not going to speak for them. All right. How many of those are allowed? Just got to make sure. Gotta scan the fruit rules real quick. 6K. Oh, wow, you can. Okay. Cool. Cool. Dum da da dum da da dum 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 da da dum. Oh, honey, that's great. All right, I'm excited. That's it's the little things that get you through the day that that Honey Nut does and just makes you a happy person. All right. 5, 2, 3. Okay. Contende's build's fine. Honey Nut's build's fine, right? 1,000 Maws can only take the Lore of Beasts. Yep. Must have a Master Hero. Yep. Campaign units summon 4 of any kind unless SEM 2. Perfect. So that's looking good. And for Contende, still switching around some stuff, making sure. Usually the monsters from Greek myth were female. Well, Hammond. Bet you feel real smart right about now. Knowing things and stuff. Bet you're feeling real accomplished. And you should, because you did great. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. It'll be cool to see some Dark Elf action. Also, tomorrow night we'll have the 2v2 Capture the Flag, which I really liked that format when we did it. It's been a while. We already have some good teams signed up for that. I think 5? I think I know of 5 teams. Only 4 officially signed up, but one team has been talking to me and just hasn't signed up the forums yet. Yeah. And we'll have our Beastman interview tomorrow, for anybody who cares about that. A lot going on. Actually, tomorrow's a huge day. We have the Beastman interview in the morning, and then Logic's subfaction tournament. And then later in the night, my 2v2 tournament. So Wednesday's a big day. Will Scissors be involved? No. No. I dare say not. Okay. So we are into game 4. Honey Nut and the 1,000 Maws. We have Ravagers of Rakarth and Rakarth. As soon as I saw that, I was super happy. I forget what makes these guys special. Everybody has the barbed net, so I guess it's just the poison. It's just the poison. Double Feral Mammoth. We have Ogres with dual weapons, I thought I saw. Yep, Ogres with dual weapons, 2 Giant Wolves, 3 Dread Spears, a Master on foot, a Sorceress of Beasts on foot with a Curse of Onrir and Flock of Doom. And then we have Rakarth on his Black Dragon. Yes! Rakarth. And it looks like he's pretty kitted out too. Beast Slaver, Beast Lord's Gaze, Whiplash, Whip of Agony, and the Beast Armor. Yeah, that's a fully kitted out Rakarth. 3,000 gold there. On the other side, we have Scourge. 3 Scourge Runner Chariots. Looks like you cut them down from 4. We have the Crows of Cain Harpies. 5 Witch Elves. We have Marathi on foot next to a Death Hag, a single Manticore up in the sky, and 2 Dark Riders. Ooh, a Dark Rider and a Cold Knight in the back. All right. So, Contende is firing. That was kind of weird. I didn't know the Ravagers of Rakarth fired strange like that. Like, they fire a lot more missiles. Interesting. But they don't seem to be doing that well versus the traditional Scourge Runners at the moment. I wonder, do your missiles still have anti-large? Because I don't see it there. And boop. Yeah, they have some bonus for sludge. Okay. I was worried that they lost their bonus for sludge, which would be really stupid. Ogres with dual weapons are currently getting cut down by the Scourge Runner Chariots of Contende. And Honey Nut is advancing. The Ogres getting cut down is a little unfortunate. But I'm trying to think what here can stop the double Feral Mammoth and Rakarth in the sky. Because these Scourge Runners are using a lot of their ammo not on those big monsters. And they're going to run out. That could be a concern in the late game. But we will see. Scourge Runners are almost fully deleting that Ogre with dual weapons, though. So that's good for them. The Ogres need some gut plates, ladies and gentlemen, as shields of sorts. Because otherwise this is going to be game 3 for them, is just getting shot by ranged units all day. Scourge Runners falling back some more, but the front lines may soon get engaged. Feral Mammoth's going to fall back a little bit. A little curious to where they're going. Giant Wolves are running off on the flanks. Beastcaster and the Master are trying to get involved. Looks like the Dread Spears are going to take the fight against the Witch Elves and just accept their fate. Scourge Runners are all at about half ammo, and both the Feral Mammoths and Rakarth are all at full health, so they're probably pretty okay with how this is going so far. Scourge Runners firing up into the Crows of Cain, actually doing a lot of damage to them for only a couple volleys. Yeah, they're wrecking them. But the Thousand Maws infantry is having a pretty bad time against the Witch Elves. It looks now like the Feral Mammoth will get involved. And we have a Doombolt coming in for Marathi on the pinned-in Rakarth, though it might do some friendly fire to the Crows of Cain. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Rakarth's still fighting, and now a Manticore's getting involved, though he should kick its ass, most likely. Feral Mammoths are having some leadership issues, but this one does get the Beast Lord's Gaze, stopping its rampage and giving it 16 leadership, so it's essentially cold-blooded. Cold-blooded, but on the Dark Elf roster. Aside from that, bounce power is a little favored for the Cult of Pleasure. The Witch Elves won the frontline fight quite handedly, but ooh, Marathi actually getting sniped out a little bit here. But the Feral Mammoth is about to break, and when it breaks, Rakarth could be surrounded by Scourge Runner Chariots and Cold One Knights, so he will want to get back up in the sky. Everywhere else, how's this going? The Master and the Sorceress of Beasts haven't really been able to do too much. Rakarth is taking a lot of damage. He doesn't have any healing available. Cult of Pleasure is pulling pretty far ahead on the balance of power at this point. Rakarth is now surrounded by Cold One Knights, and he's going to get dragged down. Whip of Agony not helping him that much versus these guys. Turns out taking away their fear isn't such a big deal. Feral Mammoth is still fighting Witch Elves. And the Master is also beating up the Feral Manticore, so that's going okay. But the Sorceress of Beasts has really had trouble getting involved so far. Her spells really haven't been that impactful. Flock of Doom coming over here, doing a little bit of damage to some of the Witch Elves. And the Giant Wolves are beating up Dark Riders. That's kind of what happened in the Wood Elf thing, is I ran Glade Riders with spears into Giant Wolves, and the Giant Wolves beat them to death. That was a little surprising. Morally, I win. I agree, Honey Nut. Morally, you win. Double Feral Mammoth fighting too many Witch Elves. And going down. Ravagers of Rakarth somehow didn't trade that well against basic Scourge Runner Chariots, which is a little interesting. Yeah, because those Scourge Runners did a lot of work. Cold One Knights also did great. Witch Elves did great. The Bare Naked Ladies are just too tough. I'm going to throw in a y'all. Throw in the spicy y'all. See ya in semis. And now I will leave forever. Actually, do I even have to leave forever? I feel like I could leave forever. We could just advance Contende and then stay here. And see if Bobman and Dr. Jellyfish finish first, or Artisan and Adelmo finish first. Chilling to see who finishes first to get here. So Chicken Contenders did win that one. But I don't know who's going to be this next person. I'm kind of hoping the bottom of the bracket finishes first so I can just stay in this lobby with Contende and invite either Bobman or Dr. Jellyfish. That's a song. And IDK yet. If bottom bracket finishes first, you'll just end up here again. So we will chill. I'll just sit here quietly. Me too, buddy. I'm trying to think. Okay, we can't get a Cult of Mama Marathi mirror until the finals. If Adelmo takes out Artisan Tech Priest and then Swarve, we could get the mirror up there. Otherwise, it's Bobman on Hargoneth versus Dr. Jellyfish on Blessed Dread. Okay. Alright. I feel like there's something I need to be doing. Oh yeah, the names. I kind of half finished that. Somebody versus somebody. Who knew? Who knew that the Cult of Pleasure would still be good? Dude, challenge is so buggy. I don't know how many of you have had to work with challenge, but it's just really buggy. Even though I already reported my score versus Contende, it's just asking me to do that over and over again. What to do? Pull the blocker back up. And now we must fill awkward time. Joyous. Truly joyous. I suppose I could just ramble about channel stuff. I recorded all the Naked or No videos. They'll be coming up soon. I'm going to release one a day. Trickle feed out that so I don't flood YouTube with 13 videos at once and then leave. So that's good. Made all the thumbnails for them yesterday. Got them uploaded. And Bob Tresh wants me to host a tournament on the weekend at some time. It's probably going to be this weekend, because the weekend after that I may or may not have the RTK Clan War versus whoever wins between VM and XMT. And they're doing that this weekend? Though, if in 2 weekends that is our Clan War finals date, I will not be able to play, which would be big sad. Because I will have some friends coming into town. But then again, I'm not even playing Skaven on it, so maybe it doesn't matter if I play or not. If I can't play Skaven, what's the point? Also, I kind of want to be in one of the 1v1s, but Skaven are really good in the 2v2s and 3v3s, so they're never going to be in the 1v1s. Which is big sad. Bobman, Dr. Jellyfish, Adelmo, and Artisan Tech Priest still going at it. Sure thing, and anytime. So apparently Anticity's hosting more of his ladder tournaments this weekend, so I guess I'm doing that one. Which is fine. Alright, apparently Katende played against Sneaky, which is hype as fuck. I'm very excited about that. Kid Ducky. Swarve and I are friends, though he keeps changing his name. Artisan Tech Priest. I gotta message Swarv and ask him what his name is these days. Oh, he's not in my server anymore. Okay. It was 2v2 and my rush would have worked, but my buddy bailed him out. Then they crushed us. Alright, I gotta find Swarv somewhere, somehow. What is your name? Goodbye, Contende! I'm sorry Sneaky beat you. But it's really cool you got to play against him. Alright, we have Artisan Tech Priest versus Swarv, and on the bottom of the bracket it is Bobman versus Contende. Gotcha. Just waiting on Swarv to tell me what his name is. Hello, hello, father. No, you. There. The perfect rebuttal. I can change the names. Artisan. His name is so long. We'll go with Artie. Artie Tech Priest. Swarv thought I was asking him his, like, real name. I'm like, no, your Steam name. What's your name, Ricky? That's cool. Anyway, I need to get you in this game. Alright. And then we have RTK Swarv. Boom. He is a madman on Steam. But he changes his name so much it's hard to tell. RTK Swarv. Oh, okay, he just changed his name. Swarv. There you are. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Your opponent is coming. Okay, we'll get into this. Is Doc Karaz a bad map? Maybe. Let's do... What should we do? What should we do? Central Chaos Waste is good. Southern Chaos Waste is good. Shimmer Sword. Shimmer Sword's good. And Swarv is the top of the bracket, so he picks first. Got it. My lord, is it legal? Yeah. Cult of Pleasure. Oh, it's Haggrave. Yeah. Okay. Swarv's here. Hello. Map is set. Swarv picks one. Bans one. And we're on to the semifinals. Let's go. I have a blocker up, right? Yes, perfect. All right, semifinal one. In the Dark Elf Civil War, if it comes down to a game 3, Artisan Tech Priest will play Haggrafe, and Swarv will play Harganeth. But until then, we do have picks and bans. And the winner of this does change our Discord picture. It is currently a troll face left for us by Bobman, who is currently in the bottom of the bracket. So if he wins again, he will either change it or leave it as a troll face. But maybe one of these two fine fellows can save us from that fate. Maybe. Possibly. Potentially even. Bum, bum, bum. Swerve is thinking in. Ban Harganeth, pick this. I believe that is also Harganeth. So he's banning Harganeth and picking Harganeth. Perfect. And needs 6 Witch Elves, Sister Slaughters, Harganeth Executioners, Death Hags. Hero limit increased to 4. Only 2 of the same hero. Okay. And Hag Grafe. Right? Hag Grafe? Yeah. So both of them are going with the subfaction they wanted to enter the tournament with. So game 1, they're both going to play a subfaction. Game 2, blank. And if there is a game 3, we're going to get this exact same matchup with both players on the exact same thing. Very funny. Very funny. JG, how's it going? Good so far. Good so far. Start of tournaments can be a little slow, trying to get into the swing of things, but we're into the semifinal now, so we'll get 3 games back to back. Not really worried about getting people in lobbies, and it'll be good. When Panzer models, when hell freezes over, and Satan plays volleyball with Jesus. On the same team. Not even against each other. Same team. Yo, Dr. Jellyfish, what up? What up, dude? Okay, I need to pay attention to the limits here. So Haggrave can take up to 2 of any ROR. Ranged infantry limits decreased by 1. All cavalry, non-chariots limit increased by 1. And he has to take the subfaction, which he did, so he can't take... His only legendary lord is Malice, and then he has... generics. You hope you'll see memes in For Fun tournaments. Anyone play Rakarth yet? Yes, Honeynut played Rakarth in the first game, and Rakarth did Rakarth things, and then Honeynut unfortunately was defeated because having a 3,000 gold lord that doesn't do very much is not ideal. But Honeynut is blessed for doing it for the people. Didn't even take, because you could take the 1,000 Maws and just not take Rakarth, but Honeynut knew that wasn't right. So behind the screen, we have the armies, and I keep getting distracted by chat. So Haggrave doesn't have any requirements besides taking the subfaction. So I don't really need to pay attention to rule breaks for them as long as they don't take too many of ranged units. For Swarv, what do I need from Harganeth? 6 Witch Elves, Sister Slaughters, Harganeth Executioners, or Death Hags. Okay. That's pretty fine. Alright. And I'm going to pay attention this time. Because I forgot which of the tournaments, but I wasn't paying attention in the lobby. And then I would check in-game, and if there was a rule break in-game, then we'd have to leave the lobby and shit, so it's just... I'm going to pay attention ahead of time. Cold One Knights are good. Scourge Runners are good. Are Cold One Dread Knights good in the Dark Elf Mirror match? Don't know. I feel like Black Ark Corsairs would be good. High armor, anti-infantry. Are Dark Shards going to be that good? I don't know. I'm hoping we see some monsters, but even in the Dark Elf mirror, I don't think monsters are going to be that applicable, because Dark Elves are really good at killing monsters. Artisan's build is just so fucking nuts. Oh, God. This is very silly. Can you see the assassin's face? That's right, you can't. Therefore, you can't prove it's not a she, so she counts for the females of Cult of Pleasure. I mean, when you click on them, their voice is pretty masculine. And you pay for heavy armor, high melee defense against an AP faction. Yeah. Alright, Artisan's build is hilarious. Let's see what Swarv's gonna bring. I really want to talk about it, but I can't just yet. Yo, Rusty, what up? For EC Green One's Streamer Cup, Rusty got round 1 Inticity, so thoughts and prayers out to that individual. I think assassins do not talk. Did I just They don't have tongues? I honestly, when I click on assassins, I thought they said like, fucking, or whatever the fuck Dark Elves say. I don't know. I'm not a Dark Elf expert. Alright, both armies are legal. I checked ahead of time so I can get rid of the blocker. We can get into this. Artisan Tech Priest West versus RTK Swarv. Oh. Swarv's been a monster in tournaments the last couple months. I do think Artisan is the underdog here, but we'll see what he can do. His army in game 1 here is going to be for the people. For the people, indeed. I took the blocker down, right? Yes, good. Good. The stream is behind on my other screen, and I just looked and saw the blocker longer than I thought I should. I believe Haggrafe brought Ice Power's Kite, but with 4 Dread Knights? No. No, I do believe it would be illegal without the double ROR rule. Because Artisan Tech Priest is a memer at heart. A memer and a dreamer. So, we have double Raven's Heralds. Double Slanesh's Harvesters. Double... I saw the Witch Elf somewhere. Double Sisters of Singing Doom. 3 Black Ark Corsairs. We have a Supreme Sorceress of Dark with Soul Stealer. We have Dark Shards. I swear there was more. Coldwood Knights and Coldwood Knights. So 2 Coldwood Knights. 2 Raven Heralds. 2 Slanesh's Harvesters. Some Infantry, some Dark Shards. So there's 3 Soul Stealers on that side. Assassins do not talk in game. They're silent. Well, you learn something every day. As for Swarv... we have 5 Witch Elves, 1 Sister of Slaughter, Coldwind Dread Knights, and the Knights of the Ebon Claw Coldwind Dread Knights, 1 Dread Spear, some stuff that's moving around. We have Crone Hellebron on her Altar of Doom. I think it's actually a Cauldron of Blood, but whatever. And a Sorcerer of Dark with Soul Stealer, and what the fuck? Did I see that right? Power of Darkness? Power of Darkness. Okay. Alright, you see some every day. Power of Darkness. Like Phoenix Guard, it's lore friendly. I wouldn't have doubted it's lore friendly. I just didn't know the lore, because I am a biscuit. And a biscuit is not a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a person. Alright, so how to do this. Ooh, crap. Ooh, big crap. There is no ranged on the red team, so the Raven Heralds can do whatever they want. Uh-oh. That's going to be tricky. Oof, that's going to be tricky. Okay, so double Raven Heralds literally can't take any damage. So they're going to get all their ammo out. The rest of this Dark Elf Forest is fine. The Soul Steer is going to be rough. I think Swarv is actually the underdog in this game just due to the builds. Limp? You can't tell me double Raven's Herald is limp. Look at this. Look at the double Raven's Herald. Look at him out there. Look at him go. Look at them go. They're just having their day. Why do you have swords out? You're the Oh, you're one-handing a crossbow, one-handing a sword. Perfect. Just perfect. doing all that, why are your melee stats so shit, bro? They fly forward. So Swarv's just going to get in the fight as quickly as possible. And if Artisan was a pro gamer, he would probably pull away and just kite for as long as he can, but it looks like he's just going to run up with the Chad advance. Raven's Herald apparently just going to shoot the Cav for now. Not a bad choice. I would personally just shoot their Lord, but Cav's also a good choice. Please buff Power of Darkness. And that's what? One Wind of Magic if you have the passive. Yes. Limp Biscuit requires rolling, and we don't have a lot of rolling. Poor Swarv memeing like a Chad getting normal build. I still don't think double Raven's Herald is a normal build. Alright, Witch Elves and Witch Elves are going to fight. First Soul Stealer comes in, one of three. It looks like Witch Elves are going to collide with the Sisters of Singing Doom. Now, if the ROR means anything, they should probably win. Witch Elves and Sister of Slaughter are both rampaging each other. And Swarv's Cav is going to come in, get engaged with Artisan Tech Priest's Cav. But the infantry fight is going pretty well for Swarv so far. He is kind of nuking down his opponent, so maybe he will push through pretty quickly here. The Raven Heralds are getting left a little bit behind as Artisan has a bunch of things to micro. Yes, I got distracted by chat, but no longer. I will focus. So Crone Hellebron, the Sisters of Slaughters, just slammed through that front line, and they're immediately getting onto the Dark Shards. Hellebron's going to rampage herself, but she's kind of okay with that because she's going towards the target she was aiming for anyway. This flank's holding okay for the blue team, but there's a lot more red here, and this flank's not going well for blue either. Now this all makes sense because a lot of their gold is in the sky, so it makes sense that they would lose on the ground. And while Artisan is still in the lead on the balance of power, there's a lot of stuff routing for the blues. Lost their Dark Shards, those shattered, fully died. More routing units. We have Cold One Knights holding okay. Doomfire Warlocks holding okay. So Artisan pretty much only has his Cav left on the field. Supreme Sorceress of Dark is running away. Swarv's going to just ignore it and go back to the rest of the fight. Not a terrible choice. And the Raven's Heralds are both at about half ammo. And they are going to be able to use all of it this game unless Army Losses kicks in before they use it all. But it's just going to be about what Swarv has left when they're done shooting. And I don't think one of those things is going to be Crone Hellebron. But that isn't necessarily the worst. Oh, wait. Now that his Sorceress of Dark is shattered, that is kind of the worst thing. I was going to say he still had his mage. Alright. Crone Hellebron still fighting some Cold One Knights. Doing pretty well. It looks like another Soul Stealer's coming in. Slunish's Harvest is going to take down Hellebron. And Balance Power is going pretty heavily against Swarv. We have a decent pocket of Dark Elf infantry over here for Swarv. But the Raven Heralds have plenty of ammunition. And I believe there's even more Soul Stealers to come. I think that'll be a game one to Artisan. Artisan Meme Priest. Looking a little rough. Without the Raven Heralds, this would be probably in Swarv's favor, but with them around, it's just too much. And he goes down. Sister Singing Doom, one got 1800 value, the other got like 400, so big disparities there. Raven Heralds did great. Wow, even the Dark Shards did pretty great. Hellebron struggled a bit. Witch Elves did mixed, but usually okay. Sister Slaughters did great, and Knights of the Ebon Claw / Cold and Dread Knights struggled. Okay, so we did Shimmer Sword, Southern Chaos Wastes. Map set, pick one, ban one, not previously used. I'll get the blocker back up, so in case the players are watching the stream to know what the heck we're doing here, they can see it. Triple Soul Stealer, fair and balanced. I think the double Raven's Herald being uncontested was more of a thing, but sure. Sure. Yarr. We'll see how the night goes. I mean, it's the middle of the day for me. But unfortunately at work, I have to go in tomorrow night, so I don't really have any work to do today. Just waiting on some stuff to come through. So I'll do some things around the house, do my workout. If I have time later tonight, I might stream some Ent Ladder, but we'll see. I also could... Maybe I could start my Skyrim stream, but that would require me going to Twitch. Or should it? I have this big debate, chat. Should I do, like, all of my stuff on YouTube and maybe some on Twitch, but, like, in conjunction? Or should I limit my YouTube to just Warhammer stuff and then do Twitch for everything else? Because I don't know. There are some YouTube channels that they just play whatever they want to play and have a good old time. But I would hate for, like, Total War people to show up for a Skyrim stream and be like, what the fuck is this? And then get angry and unsubscribe. Or for people that entered in the Skyrim thing go, wait, he plays Total War? What the fuck is this? And leave. So I don't know. I would love your thoughts. And Contende, the Skyrim stream, we should play Skyrim together? Can you? Is that a thing? While you respond because of the delay, I was going to tell you, I proposed to my chat and they seem to like it, a Skyrim stream where I make a character and I can't fast travel. I have to walk everywhere. And if I die, the character's dead. So we see how far, like, my actual Dovahkiin Dragonborn could get. Like, no bullshit. Oh, he beats that dragon because he dies 99 times, but the 100th time he beats it, and that's the one that counts. It's like, no. We're going with, like, the, you know, Fusroda, Dovahkiin, oh my god, he died to a bear. Story's over. He really sucks. All right. You can play Skyrim multiplayer with a little app called Harbor. Personally, I find Twitch interface much better, but I know most of Total War is on YouTube. True. That's how I play every Skyrim playthrough. If you die once, you delete that character and start over. Oh, you get bored early. Gotcha. I remember everyone got really excited about Elder Scrolls Online just because they wanted to play Skyrim with their friends. And then it was kind of this, like, pseudo shitty... Well, if you like Elder Scrolls Online, good for you. It's a fine MOBA. Wait, no, it's not a MOBA. It's a MMO. It's a fine MMO, but people didn't want an MMO. They just wanted to play Skyrim multiplayer. And then when they got an MMO, so many people were like, man, fuck this. Haggrafe. Alright, so Swarv is taking Haggrafe now. And Artisan's on Lokir. Cavalry increased by 1. Take to 2 of any ROR. And for the Blessed Dread, take the subfaction. Need 8 Black Ark Corsair / Bolt Thrower units. Cannot take Witch Elves or Sisters of Slaughter at all. Gotcha. Okay. Alright, so we're getting pirates. Handbows or swords or bolt throwers. I think I might have over-nerfed Lokir's faction because that is brutal. 8 handbows, swords, or bolt throwers? I guess bolt throwers are fine. But still. And you can't take Witch Elves or Sister Slaughter? Oof. So this isn't Faction Wars? It is a single faction tournament kind of thing. I was thinking of... So I've done a shit ton of these. The only ones I haven't done yet are Chaos, which would be Beastmen, Norska, and Chaos, and then Greenskins. And once I was done with them, I was going to have a fun tournament of... I was going to have a faction war, but then take the most popular sub-faction from each one of these civil wars and invite some people that I know play these factions. So, like, for Dark Elves, I might hit up Ice Power and be like, can you play this and play as... I don't know, from this list we have right now, Haggrafe, or Lizardmen, hit up Bob Tresh, or something like that, and just have, like, which of the sub-factions is the best? So that would be pretty funny. You played SO on launch, and later when the Morrowind launched, the biggest issue was weak monsters scaled with you, so you literally never felt strong and your spell bar was pitiful. Yar. Yes, indeed. I think it was a good MMO. Like I said, I just don't think I don't think a lot of people wanted an MMO for Skyrim. I think they just literally wanted to play Skyrim with their friends. You know what I mean? Hey, low tier should still be lowered 5 to 6. Agree. Quack quack from Mick Riderface. What up, dude? Well, Mick Rightface. Oh, that's right. Rubber Duck's on his birthday vacation, so all of the pond crew have nowhere to go. So you settle for C tier YouTube content. Hanggrave. That's a good build. All right, Swarv's build's ready. It's legal. Imric would be OP. Depends. Depends on who he faces up against and if you know Imric's coming. Because I forget what Imric's was, but it was something about like you had to have this many dragons, but you could bring the campaign dragons. Well, campaign dragons are good if you know they're coming. You could just take too much ranged shoot. Torox the Brass Bull, hello. Do not care. Yeah, I found out more Tip Glemmo. I stopped following it. True. YXZ from Tabitha Bailey. Seeing a bunch of new faces around. What up, dudes? Oh yeah, I can take the blocker down. 8 Black Ark Corsairs, handbows, or swords, bolt thrower units. Okay. That's the one thing I didn't check before we got into the game, but I'm sure it's fine. Will we get to see Malice Darkblade versus Lokir Fellheart? Yeah, Esso. I played Esso with some friends. We didn't really catch on with it. What was actually sweet was the Star Wars MMO, The Old Republic. That was great. That was excellent. Okay, so we do have Lokir. We have 1 bolt thrower. 5 Black Ark Corsairs with handbows and 2 Black Ark Corsairs. Okay, so good. Both armies meet their special requirements. Other than that, we have 3 Cold One Knights. Lokir Fellheart on his dragon Maelstrom. Regular Sorcerer of Fire. Reaper Bolt Thrower, and 5 skirmish units. Bold. I hope you hear the lamentations of many women. Out of context with the delay, I don't know what we're talking about anymore, and I'm just gonna breeze past this one. But I remember that faction where Imric was broken against ranged heavy faction. Was he? Was he? Alright, Slaaish's Harvesters. 2 of them for Swarv. We have Dark Riders in the advance, Cold One Dread Knights in the back. We have Sisters Singing Doom, Black Ark Corsairs, Sisters Singing Doom, Black Ark Corsairs, and Dread Spears up front. We do have Malice Darkblade, and we have a Sorceress of Dark with just Soul Stealer. Malice versus Lokir. Who is the better pirate? Because Malice starts on an island for some reason. Who is the master of the waves? Lokir dismounted his entire crew for this. And Malice has a pretty mixed army. Swarv really likes these Cold One Dread Knights, though. Really wants them to work out. I haven't streamed in quite a while. Might after this tournament, actually. It's a cool color on the banner. Yeah. Lokir's faction's cool. Do it for those of us who are off work today. Yee. Ready, good luck, have fun. All right. We're moving up. So now Swarv has the triple Soul Stealer comp. And the Blessed Dread does have a lot of kiting tools, but not a lot of room to kite with. So I'm curious what they do with this. Finally, both builds are Chad. True. True. Ow! Malice just took 3 bolts straight to the face. Ooey owie, no one picked Dowie. Swarv getting a nice surround. Looks like these Cold One Knights were thinking about sallying out for a moment, but decided against fighting 2v1 with some Doomfire Warlocks. And the Kiting Corsairs come in, doing a little bit of damage to Sisters Singing Doom. They are going to want to run away, as they now start to do. Cold One Knights are trying to fight Slaaish's Harvesters. Meanwhile, Dark Riders with shields are getting into the back line here. And it's getting a little risky for Tech Priest already. A lot going on. Rakarth trying to take the fight against Lokir, who I think tried to get a free charge on him. But instead he's now getting slapped in the back, and he actually will have to turn and fight this, because he can't escape. Burning Head came down. It looks like it killed one Sister of Singing Doom. Other than that, it largely missed. And we'll check back in on that Lord Duel in a bit. First Soul Stealer comes down, hitting 3 of the... Shit, why do I keep forgetting this? Dreadfleet units. Yes. But Swarf has a big middle pocket just pushing straight through. And the Bolt Throwers are already going to be compromised. Cold One Knights are getting stuck in, and another Soul Stealer coming down from Swarf. But in the back, Malice is losing against Lokir, but Lokir's leadership for some reason is abysmal. Don't really know what that's about. And is anything going well for Artisan? Not really. Bounce power actually favors him quite heavily, but I disagree. I disagree indeed. This is going okay for him, maybe. The center is completely collapsing, and the far right is about even. Lokir's still fighting Malice. I think he just realizes he can't get out of here. 90 speed versus 68. On paper he can get out, but I think, like, speed on paper is a little different when you're a flying unit. Cold Dread Knights are actually getting pretty close to surrounding Lokir here, and that could be a disaster for the Blessed Dread if he gets killed off, because Malice obviously has a full heal in his pocket when he turns into Zarkan, so he's not actually going to die here. Artisan's still a little ahead on the balance of power, and I'm very confused how that is the case. Lokir's actually going to break without Malice even transforming. And if he dies and or is run off the map, that'll be huge for Swarv. Is this the dreaded feet cheese? Maybe. One of the 5 great things in life. I don't know how Artisan can win it. With Lokir getting beat up like that, finally the balance of power thinks Haggrave might be ahead, and I would very much agree. Man, I don't see him coming back. He has healing if he can get into combat, but get into combat with what? Everything's going to do decent damage to him. He's a Dragon Lord. Sorceress of Fire probably needs a Burning Head to clear all this crap off of herself. Lokir's back. Maybe he can chase these Black Ark Corsairs and just get some free regen. Don't really know. He also might want to get back in here and do some breath attacks. There's the Burning Head we mentioned coming in, doing pretty good damage to both these units. If it was Overcast, it would have done more to those Black Ark Corsairs. Still has some kiting tools left. Running around with them. Cold One Knights are doing fine. Where are the Knights of the Ebon Claw? Or just the Dread Knights? Cold and Dread Knights are still at half health. That's going to be huge. And yet again, Balance Power not favoring Haggrave. This Balance Power hates Haggrave for some reason. Now maybe a big breath attack on Malice could kill him before he gets to Zarkand off. Nope, he does an excellent dodge, and he's going straight for the Sorceress of Fire. It looks like he will hit her for, wow, like a third of her health. He's going to hit her again right here, and she's going to die. Alright, she breaks. A rear charge comes in onto these Corsairs, and without any magic, Swarv should be able to take out the rest of the Dread Fleet, though Lokir gets a nice landing shot onto this Sorceress, and now he's running around in circles. Oh boy, he's running around in circles. Gets another good hit in. Now he has some ammo over here. He has a Reaper Call Bolt Thrower. Still has some Cold One Knights. But Swarv has Cold One Dread Knights, and he has Malice Memer Blade. Now if he breaks, I don't think he can pop to Zarkand. Cold Knights are going to get a nice charge over here. This actually ended up being a really close game. Balance Power is still on the Dreadfleet side, but once Malice pops his ability, it's 100% going to shift back into his favor. But what is this coming in? Burning Head? Wait, she didn't die? Where is she? There she is. The Sorceress of Fire's back. Okay. Routes off some stuff. Cold One Knights are trading very well against Cold One Dread Knights because I think they got the charge. The Sorceress of Dark is shattered, and it's pretty much down to Malice Meme Blade all of a sudden. The reversal. Do you have Fireball? Okay, you're going to need Fireball later here, lady. Lokir's back in the sky. I would probably Breath Attack the Cold One Dread Knights and just accept that Malice is going to heal. Don't bother Breath Attacking him. Just take out the Dread Knights, and then that's literally all the support for Malice. And Malice is going to have to solo carry this after a bit. Oh, Breath Attack is coming in. Onto Malice. He pops to Zarkand to dodge the Breath Attack. Very nice. And now he's in the middle of all these units. Gets an excellent, what is that even called? Reaper of Souls off. And Lokir should probably pull away. He's going to fight some routing units, which will give him some healing. That's good. That's good stuff. Uh-oh. He's got to get back in the air, though. Uh-oh. Malice is coming. Malice is coming. Malice gets a sweet hit on his back. He is routing. Maybe he can back in the sky. He does get back in the sky. And while he's routing, he will probably rally in the far-off distance. And Malice, he's on the clock. Can he kill everything on the map before he runs out of time? Time. That's all he needs. Artisan's kiting a little bit, but he should probably just be running away with everything and leave something within attacking range so that he can fulfill the attacking rule. But Fireballs should be coming out from the Sorceress of Fire on cooldown. All these units should be running the fuck away from Malice. Lokir's back. Reaper Bolt Thrower's back. And I would get the Reaper Bolt Thrower as far away from here as possible, just in case everything else dies. You need him. No! Why are you getting close with Lokir? Oh, no. Lokir routes. That's going to be a leadership bomb for the rest of his force. But Malice is fading away. Golden Knights rally and then rout. Malice still fading away. He's ahead on the balance of power for now. Blackheart Corsairs getting into melee combat, trying to keep him occupied. Can they withstand the Tzarkand? Can they? I don't know. I legitimately don't know who's going to win this at this point. Army losses is the blue team's worst enemy. Because they know if everything on this map was unbreakable, Malice will eventually run out of health. These Blackheart Corsairs without ammo, leave, run away, run away, run away. No, don't follow him. Just buy time. Buy time! He pops some sort of spell, Reaper of Souls, to get the hit points from these units. If this Fire Mage breaks way over here, that'll be huge. But she's hanging on. If she has a Fireball in the back pocket, that would be critical. She breaks randomly. Balance power is against Malice, though, so he's not going to army lost, and Swarv does surrender. Whew! That was close. Malice did some great work there. Sorceress of Fire and Lokir both did okay. Lokir got slapped down by Malice Meanblade, but his Golden Knights did great. Slunish's Harvesters did fine. Golden Dread Knights did fine. Sisters of Singing Doom honestly got burning headed to death. Dread Spears, Blackheart Corsairs did fine, and Malice actually did great. Malice did great. All right. GG, well played. GG, well played. I will make another slot so I can invite the next people. We have Bobman and Contende. Contende, if you're still here, get in here. I don't think we're friends, so. No. I need to see armies to avoid awkward rule break. All right. They're here. They're here. Bring on the Moo? I don't know what kind of tournament you think this is, but if there's Moos and Dark Elves, then you let me know. Altar of Darkness? Or no? Alright, we have LS Contende. Aww. Alright, no Altar of Darkness. Let's go with the Agam Shard. And Contende's first. Alright, we're going. Is there still room to participate, Wicked? This was a closed sign-up tournament, sir. I'm sorry. Okay, it was an open sign-up, but I'll just show you. It's easier to just show you. I'm sorry. Boom. You know, we had check-in sign-up stuff. So we're in the semifinals now. Just an FYI. All right, I have the blocker up. I need to change the names. I can leave the RTK. Bobman. 0. It looks like we have the 1,000 Maws versus Harganeth. Okay, what do I need to be doing here? By the way, I need a partner for your capture the flag. Uh, I'll ask Contende for you, Wicked. Anyway, I need to pay attention to the builds. 6 Witch Elves, Sisters of Slaughter, Hargan Executioners, Death Hags. And then the other one, did you just go through hyperspace? Yeah, I have a pretty simple system of how to show you things. And it involves just going to the actual tab I need, which unfortunately gives you an infinite feedback loop, and you go through hyperspace. So for Contende, he literally only needs to take the subfaction, the Lore of Beasts, and a Master Hero. After that, he can do whatever he wants. Is that Robert, take out the trash? No. Bob Mann and Bob Trash are both members of RTK. And it's not confusing for anybody at all, ever. When we say, hey, Bob, stop that. And they go, which one? Because also both of them are in my D&D campaign, where I have Felix, Bob Mann, and Bob Trash. And whenever I say it's Bob's turn, they both look at me like, the fuck? And then I have to go, Trash. Because you also can't just say Trash and Man, because Man is generic. Like if you go, hey, man, and then it's not like Bob Man's going to turn to you and say, what? Just all three of them are going to turn to you and be like, who are you talking about? It's a nightmare. It's terrible. I hate it. It's a bad time to be alive. D&D campaign's going okay, though. Our favorite part so far was they were fighting a Hydra. They were supposed to avoid it. They were supposed to just avoid this Hydra. Like, I clearly made it the most dangerous thing they've ever seen, and I gave them a thick forest. And I'm like, all right, the point of this encounter is for you to go through the forest and dodge, like, heads that shoot through the trees. And, that kind of thing, and try to be sneaky. And then they blunder, which in Dungeons & Dragons is you roll the lowest possible number and I have to make something bad happens to you. So they have a riding lizard, like a horse, but it's a lizard. Yeah, they have a riding lizard, and it got snatched by the Hydra and through the trees, and then it blundered again, and he ate it. So he swallowed it whole. So then they had to find it and get him to puke up the lizard. Anyway, long story. They're standing there in front of this Hydra. It's about to kill them, and Felix goes, I converted to communism with a religion check. And he passes the check. I'm like, great, it's a communist Hydra. It's still going to kill you. And it's the most disappointed I've ever heard anyone sound, as he just goes, oh, dang. It's just one of the funniest things to me, that it's like, man, I thought a communist Hydra wouldn't eat us. Easy enough to call him Robert Tresh. Sounds better and more formal. That's probably the best way to handle things, but RTK never handles things the best. So for Harganeth, we have a legal army, as long as it doesn't change. And for the 1,000 Maws, we also have a legal army. That is good. That is fine. That is good. Bob Ben is locked in, making sure. Yep, his army hasn't changed since I last looked, so he's fine. Doesn't a communist Hydra just mean he's hungrier? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And Mick Rightface, it's we're having a very fun D&D campaign that I made up the plot, and also I made up the systems based on I've played various tabletop games my entire life, and I came up with a system. For beginners where I dumbed down a lot of stuff about D&D and got rid of some unnecessary stuff. That's fun It's fun if you're already in Dungeons and Dragons, all those cool rules, all those things, the fact that there's pages and pages of nuance. But if you're just starting, man, that shit is so much to look at, and you're like, I don't want to learn all this. This sucks. So my thing is, they all wanted to know what D&D was. I introduced them to this, and it's like training wheels, right? So it's like, hey, if you end up liking this, if you like the role playing, if you like the storyline kind of stuff, then graduate to real D&D and take these skills with you. So yeah, we cut out a lot of the bullshit, and we just see step one: do you even like tabletop games? Because if you don't like this, you're not gonna fucking like real D&D, because it's so like granular and very rules based. Which head is more equal than the others? So all the heads converge as one and say our meal as it looks at the party. That's true. The communists are well known for infighting. Except for China, apparently. As far as anybody outside of China knows, they are very coalesced. Alright, what are we looking at here? So for the 1,000 Maws, we have Rakarth. Hey, Rakarth on his chariot. Ooh. Very spicy. I don't know if I've ever seen him on his Scourge Runner. With only Whiplash. We have a Sorceress of Beast with the Manticore Summon and Pan's Petrol Pelt. We have a Master with Guardian. Mournfang Cavalry. Ogres. Ogres dual weapons. Ogres dual weapons. Ogres. More Mournfang Cavalry. 2 Feral Stegodons. And we have a front line of Bleak Swords. Very interesting. But nerd! Yeah. Yeah. Ready. 5E might be... I'll finish Bob Bands before I get into that. 4 Dread Spears. It looks like we have Dark Shards, and more Dark Shards. And more Dark Shards. So 4 Dark Shards. 2 Sisters of Slaughters. Crows of Cain, Harpies. We have a Supreme Sorceress of Fire up there. Sisters Singing Doom, Witch Elves, and Sisters of Slaughter. Dark Shards. Isn't the chariot bugged? I have no idea. Ah, double Death Hag. For a second there I was like, that's only 4. Where does the 6 come in? Yep, double Death Hag. I remember checking this beforehand. And they both have nothing. They are just foot Death Hags with Frenzy. One led by Winnie the Pooh, another led by a human toad. Oh yeah, lowering the barrier of entry, that thing. So I haven't played 5e for Dungeons & Dragons. People say it's good. I think I played 3rd edition when I was in high school, because that was like, what, 12 years ago? 14 years ago? 14 years ago. And I swear to God, it was the dumbest shit. I picked a cleric, like a healer class, and I got a whole bunch of healing powers, like, given to me, and I'm like, sweet. All of them were called divine, like, channel divine, meaning you could only use one of them per day. So out of all my powers, I could use one per day once. And we had an elven archer. We had an elven archer in our party who could use all of his powers all the time, except for his daily power, which he only used once. And, like, did so much damage, did all this stuff, and I was just this half-assed bullshit healer, and I don't know. So when I played it, there was a bunch of rules and dumb bullshit, so when I made a system for new players, I was just like, cut that shit, you can use all your powers, do this, so, yeah. Anyway. I digress. So actual analysis, huh? That's a lot of Dark Shards. And Dark Shards are going to do excellently against the Feral Stegodons. So Contende's going to have to be careful about that. But I wonder with all of his ogres if he's going to beat up this front line. I mean, we do have a bunch of Witch Elves and Sisters of Slaughter. I would honestly give the frontline fight to the red team and the range fight to the red team. I'm kind of wondering how this faction is even going to get through this. Oh, they have cavalry. Okay, Bobman has no cavalry. So maybe the Mournfangs can carry this. Are you a woman? I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Okay. I thought obviously a woman played healer. No, dude. I love playing healers. I play healers and tanks in most games. Like Overwatch, I play Mercy or Roadhog. Those are my two. Alright. Front lines are about to collide. Let's do this. Bleak Swords should beat Dread Spears, but it's going to be slow because Dread Spears have really high melee defense. And Mournfang Cavalry and Stegodons and Ogres are coming in to support. And I think the Witch Elves are going to have to get pulled up very quickly to support this front line because it's going to crumble quite quickly. Bobman getting a nice burning ahead in here, though. But Ogres take almost no damage from it because they have very little models. Alright, I didn't think about that. Go, Ogres, go. Dark Shards are teeing off into all these units, though, doing very well. Mournfang Cavalry are going to try to plow in and break this line, but I think Anticity just put out a video about why that's not going to work very well. So go check out Anticity's channel. Mournfang Cavalry and Ogres getting into the backline already, beating up these Dark Shards. Holy shit, Ogres are just going to town. Dark Shards are still firing, however, doing a bunch of damage. So the Ogres are killing fast and dying fast. Go, Ogres, go. Live fast, die young. It looks like Death Hags are attacking the Master and the Sorcerers of Beasts. Rakarth's running around doing Rakarth things. Mournfang Cavalry have chased off the front line, and it is utter chaos. It's very hard to tell what's going on. Supreme Sorceress Fire has to run away from the Manticore. She is no match for it in melee combat. And the Crows of Cain Harpies are going to dive down onto these Mournfang Cavalry and the Sorceress of Beasts. Stegodon is still rampaging through, doing pretty well. How many Dark Shards are still online? It looks like 2.5, with one running and the other one's MIA, probably dead. Rakarth is still quite healthy on his Scourge Runner, probably needs to come over and get into melee even. And Ogres are just going to plow into this Death Hag to try to bail out this Feral Stegodon. Other Mournfangs are trying to chase off the Dark Shards, also getting hit by the Sisters of Slaughter, but I don't think the Sisters of Slaughter cause Rampage, so they will be okay. Manticore's decaying, but has gotten a lot of damage onto the Supreme Sorceress of Fire and has kept her away from the fight, which is largely what they need to do. Ogres are rallying on the far side, coming back in. These Sisters Singing Doom are almost dead. Dark Shards behind them are actually soon to rally, and especially if the Sorceress of Beasts goes over there and gives them a go old punching. Feral Stegodon's about to shut down the last full health Dark Shard unit, but Bobman's getting a little bit of an enclave back here that he can use to fire up and over the hill. Rakarth is still chilling, shooting his missiles up at the Sorceress of Fire, I guess, but he really needs to be more involved in melee. I'm just going to shoot a fireball down at him or the Stegodon? Stegodon. Boom. It's going to rout. And where are we at? Contende is ahead on the balance of power. Rakarth is too strong, confirmed. These Dark Shards are running away for a moment, but it looks like they're going to turn and try to rip some shots off before they get compromised, because Stegodon will just run them down. As the Supreme Sorceress of Beasts is actually going to get involved too. And what can they do? That the last Manticore is going to fade at some point, but what can kill Rakarth? I mean, that is a big question. Rakarth is full health running around here. Maybe Sisters of Slaughter? Maybe. Clearly Lucio was the best. Alright. Anyway, chat's popping off for once in my life, and I'm not used to having a chat. I'm used to people silently judging me. I'll get back to you, chat. Contende is rallying some good forces here. Rakarth's still running around. Dark Shards are being pressured. Still a full health Feral Stegodon over here. And these last vestiges of Mournfang Cavalry are going to fight the Sister Singing Doom. Looks like they're actually going to rout them off successfully. And yeah, 1,000 Maws. 1,000 Maws going to defeat Harganeth. Trying to think of ways that the red team can win. It's not looking likely. Blues are pretty strong. Yeah, Dark Shards are getting escorted off the map. There is still a Death Hag, some Sisters of Slaughter, Fireball Caster, more Sisters of Slaughter. But it's all over but the crying, I think. I think. That Feral Steg is going to be too much to take down. Rakarth as well on his OPS Chariot probably could use last of his ammo up in the sky. Though he will have to be careful here for a second. He is standing in front of some Dark Shards and Sisters of Slaughter. That could be a little dangerous. Fireball hits him. Dark Shards are hitting him. Losing a good amount of health. The balance power is creeping back a little bit for every piece of damage he takes. Ogres are getting run off the map by the Cain something. Crows of Cain. They're getting some regen for chasing down those units. Some stuff shatters. The Master's doing okay. Rakarth is barely faster than these Sisters of Slaughter. That's kind of funny to watch. How are we doing over here? Sorceress of Beasts is rallying around. Mornfags could probably go chase down those dread spears in the woods. Ah, so that was the Feral Stegodon. This map is very Dark Elf feeling, but it's also very dark. Alright, Fire Sorceress is going to jump down onto the Master before Sisters, charging behind him, but he does get a Whiplash, giving him a whole bunch of stats. And Dark Shards are still trying to shoot. Rakarth is out of ammo, so now he's just on a chariot. That Master is taking a lot of work. Imagine if he was a good hero. Imagine. Can Bobman really pull this back? I mean, it seems unlikely, but Balance Power is almost back to dead even. Sisters of Slaughter aren't really a joke. What is this? Is Flaming Sword? No. It was, the Beastcaster overcasted something, Panzerpenetrable Pelt, and then she did overcast damage to herself, and she's actually getting fucked up by this Death Hag right now. Could this really be a comeback from Bobman? Rakarth's kind of floundering around. This Feral Stegodon needs to get involved. Mornfang Cavalry plow in, trying to rout off these sisters, and the Feral Stegodon's almost involved, but the trickling in here of Contende's forces might have doomed them as they went in one by one, and just got beat up by that Death Hag. The Death Hag's got to have some crazy value by now. Sorceress of Beasts has shattered. Now it's Rakarth and this Feral Stegodon versus everything else. The Master is coming back. Maybe the Fireball caster could go cast one Fireball on him and rout him off again, but maybe it's not worth it. Maybe you just want to use all your ammo on Rakarth. Dark Shards are feeling free to fire on the Stegodon, which is now rampaged, and unless it has a buff from Rakarth, which he didn't take, I don't think. Yeah, he didn't take that buff. He can't stop rampaging, so he can't go target these Dark Shards. The Master looks like he's going to go target it, but a Fireball's coming in, and it is going to go after the Master. After he plows into the Dark Shards, he takes it in the back, though he doesn't actually break. Dark Shards somehow aren't routing. Their leadership is totally fine. They're very okay with what's happening to them right now. And this ended up being a banger. Alright, they are terror routing. Now naturally routing. That is a big thing for the Stegodon. Stegodon doesn't really want any of that shit. And Bobman is ahead on the balance of power. I do think his mage is tipping the scales on that, no matter how much mana she really has left. Death Hag taking a huge hit from Rakarth there. She's going to rout. Another Fireball coming in onto Rakarth, but he's hanging in there. Master's hanging in there. Stegodon's doing fine. Balance Power is still in the favor of the red team, but I doubt it. That Stegodon could take everything that's left. The Master is shattered. Supreme Sorceress of Fire is going to go get back up into the sky. Rakarth all of a sudden ticks way down on leadership, but comes back up. Don't know what that was about. I guess he got scared of going off that cliffside he just rode over. And I guess that is pretty scary. Stegodon's killing a bunch of Sisters of Slaughter. Rakarth is riding back in. Can Bobman somehow complete the revival? I guess he does have the Crows of Cain. He has some rallying Dread Spears. Another Fireball under Rakarth, but it misses. That is huge. If that had hit, that actually maybe would have like routed him off. Probably not killed him, but routed him off. These Sisters of Slaughter are fighting to the very end. Nearly unbreakable, but -3, and it holds long enough that they will rout. Bobman has rallied his force, and his Dark Shards are back online. That could be pretty huge if you can get a volley onto Rakarth as he advances. Contende's got Rakarth in the Stegodon. No healing. Not to tie it too much back into our Overwatch conversation, but I bet he wishes he had missiles at this point. Or, sorry, healing. Dark Shards are poking the Feral Stegodon. They're probably going to switch onto Rakarth as soon as he comes out of those trees. And the Stegodon's getting a little low in leadership, but so are those Dark Shards. So are these Sisters, and with a rear charge from Rakarth that might rout off both Sisters. Routs off one, shatters the other. Another Fireball hits Rakarth. He has one leadership, and a rear charge from the Sorceress might just take him down. He is routing now. It's down to the Stegodon. The Stegodon's leadership is very low, but the rest of the Dark Elves are also quite low. Dark Shards shatter. Crows of Cain are running away. They were terrified, and the Stegodon is rampaging after the Sorceress, who gets hit by Rakarth while he's routing! What? What? While he's routing, he clubs her in the face! That's nuts! Oh my goodness! That was not okay. That's the most not okay thing I've seen in 55 years. I am 78 years old, and I did not see that coming at all. This lady trying to follow Rakarth off the map is super dangerous now that we learned Rakarth could just fucking take a swing at her whenever he wants. Alright, she's up in the sky. She's gonna follow him normal styles. Oh, she dives in. That's bold. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. And she does escort him off the map. She doesn't die. Stegodon is left. The Stegodon of the 1,000 Maws stands alone. I don't think the Stegodon was in range yet. Sorry. Stegodon charges into the Sisters of Slaughter. The rear charge of the Crows of Cain. If this doesn't break him right now, he might just last till the very end. Sisters of Slaughter are going to rout and shatter, and them routing nearby will probably make these Dread Spears rout, but the Stegodon dips negative. It stays negative, and it is going to rout, and Bobman will drag that game back. That was nuts. BC has to attack independently. If the flag is faster than anything in this, what prevents them from running forever? Not trying to be nitpicky, just make sure they guaranteed to end at some point. Okay. I'll read that in a second. It's about tomorrow. So, Contende Rakarth got 1,400 value. The Master and the Prophetess of Sorceress of Beasts didn't get too much. Mornfang did great. Ogres in general did really well. And one of the Stegodons did excellently. One of the Death Hags did incredibly. The other one didn't really do too much. Sisters of Slaughter did excellent work. Dark Shards did well. Dark Shards did well. Crows of Cain did not so great, but they were there in the late game. That was nuts. That was nuts. All right. Whew. Let's go with the chill flow. Chill flow is good. Map set. Bobman takes that. Okay. There's a lot going on here. So I'll get the blocker back up. One, so we all remember what the hell's going on, and two, so we don't see their armies. And then I have a big Discord message to enter. So if the non-flag is vampire counts and the flag takes missiles, VC has to attack independently. Also, doesn't your rule set allow for draw kiting? One at a time. Yes, the main army always has to be attacking something. Flag doesn't. Doesn't your rule set allow for draw kiting? Say the flag and lower to faster than the opponents have left. What prevents them from running forever? Not trying to be nitpicky. Make sure that I can add something about if the flag team is all that's left, they must attack. But if they are going to just draw kite, then they lose. It's an unspoken rule of sportsmanship. But I can type it. Someone, Houseplant was asking about the rules for tomorrow's Capture the Flag. Okay. Pick Mama, ban Mama. And we get our first Nagarond of the day. All right, Tende going Nagarond and Bobman going Cult of Pleasure. Cool, cool. So while I have all of your attention, I suppose I could do this. Left screen, boom. For anybody who doesn't know, there is Capture the Flag tomorrow. There's Capture the Flag tomorrow in North American evening time zone. You get a friend, make a 2v2 team, and how does Capture the Flag work? Do you wonder? Well, one person is a flag, one person is a main army. It's the main army, normal army that you've seen for all of Total Warhammer 2's competitive history. Cool. The other person takes a Lord and 2 Kingsguard, and you have all the money of a normal army in those 3 units. So get some elite-ass units and get your Lord fully decked out. But the whole thing for both teams is if the Lord of the army that only has 3 units dies, the game's over. It doesn't matter how the state of the game is. If Marcus Wolfheart is the last thing alive and he fires one shot and kills Tyrion, who was the flag, Marcus Wolfheart's team wins. Even though the rest of the house were about to kill him, he captured the flag first. Right? So, anyway. We currently have Katam and Wei, Voidlulls and Swarves, myself and my friend Josh, and then TN and I don't know who else. But there's plenty of room. And the winners get $20 in a Steam gift card per person, so that'd be $40 total. And I do need to go into settings and add the thing Houseplant was talking about. If only the flag team is left alive, please fulfill attacking rules and don't draw kite or you will lose anyway. Don't be a dick, okay? Thanks. Bye. Lovely. But yeah, that's tomorrow. What was I doing? Has a scorecard. Bobman has this point. So Katende has not watched the Dark Elf Naked or No yet. Poor guy. I do have to check. Malkuth's the only legendary lord. Need 5 Blackguard Negron, Cold One Dread Knights, Cold One Chariots, or Shades. Okay, those rules are fulfilled. And then for Bobman, need 8 female units. Currently we have 7, so I'll wait on that. Looks like they're working some stuff out. Yeah. Okay, they're figuring it out. Now Chad had some stuff for me. What's going on? Your Halloween picture says otherwise? Aw, dude, that shit was hilarious. You can't say that that wasn't hilarious. Where is that thing? General, I suppose. Scroll up forever. Open original. Save images. Desktop. Boom. Go away. Add source. All right, they're both ready. Let's check. 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Both people are fulfilling their rules, which is good. Also, dude, check out my Halloween costume. Grace and I went as each other. So I put on a bunch of her clothes and she put on a bunch of mine. Look at her Skaven gear. She loves it. She loves being in the filthy rat attire. She's like, yep, I know what this is. I know what's going on. I'm very happy to have rats all over. And she's in my hobo coat. It's great. And meanwhile, I am fucking killing it in that dress. And that dress on me just looks like a long shirt. Because I have broader shoulders than her. We were cute. We were cute as fuck. It was great. Anyway, I like tanks, but I don't want to play Panzer models. Yar. Healers and supports, good. Clerics and 5e who have a lot more options than abilities. They aren't just medkits anymore. That's cool. Average Mercy fan versus average TF2 medic enjoyer. TF2 medic was also super great, but I also played heavy in that one because heavy was great. Make a mode called Quick Fight, where army spawn at 40-40 space. That's good. Is a healer enjoyer? Have you watched Redo of a Healer? No, I have not watched it. What is that? Bug in the game. Useful hit target way out in front of him. Oof. GG. Nice game. Poor Karth. Played like a Chad, but he died to Unchad build. Have you ever tried typing GG easy in Overwatch? I have not. What's petulant? He's just making up words. Petulant's a real word. Okay. 3 clicks to press save. What are you dressed as? I couldn't tell. Like I said, Grace and I just went as each other because we were just trolling her parents. We actually weren't going to do any Halloween, but then we had so few trick-or-treaters, we had extra time in the night, and we just wanted to go troll her parents. So we showed up their house dressed as each other. And it took her mom, like, a minute or two to realize that we were wearing each other's clothes. Which is, like... That's on her. That's on Anne. Alright? Because Grace dresses like a hipster, and I dress like a high schooler that never grew up, and I'm usually covered in Skaven attire. So the fact that she didn't immediately go, huh, Grace is wearing a bunch of shit about rats and Austin has a scarf. Huh. Something's not right here. She was like, no, this is normal. This is a normal-ass thing. Redo of a healer is an anime about a healer. That tracks. Alright. Focusing. Contende and the Forces of Naggarond. We have some Dark Riders. We have some Coldwind Dread Knights. It looks like 3 Coldwind Dread Knights. Then we have 4 Shades. Looks like they all have the dual weapon variants. And we have Malekith in the sky on his dragon. For the Cult of Pleasure, we have Morathi, a Death Hag on foot. We do have 4 Sisters of Slaughter, 5 Sisters of Slaughter, 3 Dark Shards, and 3 Dread Spears with the Crows of Cain. Big Cav blob coming in here from Contende is going to get immediately Soul Stealer punished. Dark Riders. At least the Dark Riders are the only thing hit by the Soul Stealer. The Coldwind Dread Knights avoided it, but still pretty brutal. Pretty brutal stuff. Shades are still firing, I think. It's hard to tell on a snowy map. I picked a good map for this. Austin, who's that? Austin, Texas? That's my real name. I'm a real boy. Where's the doggo cam? Is it safe? Is it alright? The dog is secret. The dog is safe. It's just hiding from Sauron. I think she's taking a nap at the moment. Probably down in Nerd Kennel. Soul Stealer's coming in from I don't know who. It looks like that one was from Malekith. He's beating up the Crows of Cain, getting a little distracted from Morathi. You might want to focus on Morathi. Or pull back to his Shades where he has some support. But either way, that's not going well for him right now. Coldwind Dread Knights on the far side do need to get involved. Shades are currently fighting. And they're beating up the Dark Shards pretty good, which is why I'm a little confused why Malekith's even taking this fight. He could just leave. Sister Slaughters are putting the whooping down on these Dark Riders. That is not going well at all for the Cavalry faction. And these Coldwind Dread Knights are going to slip through the front line and rear charge the Dark Shards. That's going to be an excellent little play. And Malekith is now going to get counter Soul Stealered. And he flies towards his own units, but it doesn't look like any of them get caught in it, so that's pretty good. He needs Shades to cover him, though. He needs to just leave. And he is working on it. Morathi's right behind him, catching up. The Shades are reforming their lines, ready to shoot Morathi if she overchases over here. Coldwind Dread Knights have chased off these Dark Shards and Dread Spears, but now they're going to get a little surrounded by Sisters of Slaughter. And Shades are actually getting some good poke damage on the Morathi here. That's going pretty nicely for them. Murderous Prowess pops for the Red Army, it looks like. And not that Red Army, the other Red Army. And they're down to just 1 Dark Shard, so if Contende can pull back and just start kiting, you can use all the ammo of the Shades pretty easily. Coldwind Dread Knights are pretty fucked in this situation, so he's definitely just going to shoot in here, which he is. He used the moment to get his ammunition out. And these Coldwind Dread Knights are chasing off anything in the backfield. Pretty close game. Contende's actually in the lead at this point. And now I do see a lot of low health units for the red team that won't be coming back. Though he has lost, let's see, a Dark Rider, a Coldwind Dread Knight, and it looks like 2 other Dark Riders are very, very low. Shades are going to get into a fight with the Sisters of Slaughter. This could be pretty bad for them. They'll need some cavalry support. Sorry, Contende, but I have to root for Milf Raffi and her band of murderous bikini babes. Did you mean Ashton Ketchup? I don't even know what Ashton Ketchup is. And he misses a big gaze of malice. Oh. Yeah. Soul Stealer hits all 3 of these cav units. That's going to be huge for Morathi. And she's used a lot of Soul Stealers. She probably has only like 2 left, which is still a good amount, but it's not infinite. Coldwind Dread Knights over there are still full health. They could be big in this game. Malekith probably has a lot of his breath attacks left. Another Doom Bolt doesn't really do much against these Coldwind Dread Knights. I think the Cav is going to charge in yet again to try to rout off these Sisters of Slaughter. Looks like a Soul Stealer's coming in on just Morathi for Malekith. I think he wants the healing, and the poke damage is the poke damage. Maybe you want to target Sisters of Slaughter or something with it, not just Morathi, but to each their own. These Shades are getting whittled down by the Crows of Cain, who are just going to regen off of them, so maybe they just want to turn and fight. And Malekith's even going to rear charge them, trying to buy his Shades some time, but Morathi's going to counter rear charge his rear charge, and that's going to be pretty bad for him. He might have to get out of here, but maybe Contende just accepts that Malekith's dead. No. Contende doesn't accept shit. Contende's going. Coldwind Dread Knights need to come back into the fight. If Malekith can get on the ground and have the Coldwind Dread Knights come and cover him, he could be safe from Morathi, though that does make him a nice Soul Stealer target. These Sisters of Slaughter ain't going nowhere. They have some crazy leadership. Shades with dual weapons are still firing, but they are going to get compromised by Dread Spears for a little bit here. Malekith's running around with Morathi, having a grand old time. And now Marathi's faction is pulling a little bit into the lead. Beautiful Gaze of Malice there. All right, Hank Cyrus in the chat, you apologize. You apologize to this man. Contende was just baiting. He was baiting Bobman into letting him get a beautiful Gaze of Malice. That was awesome. But what does he have left? He has one Cold One Dread Knight and some Wounded Ash Shades. Another Soul Stealer coming in from Marathi onto Malekith. That one might be overkill as he's already routing when it pops. Maybe could have saved that for someone else, because you see none of the ticks are going off. There's one. There's two. He's going to rout. There's three, and Marathi stabs him for the fourth. So Malekith's down. Can Marathi carry this? She's going to have to. There's really nothing left for the red team. They have a super wounded Sister of Slaughter, another super wounded one, a Dread Spear. So Marathi with almost no Soul Stealers is going to have to kill an entire Cold One Dread Knight unit. That actually might be a really tough task. I think the balance of power is a little overestimating the red team's chances here. These Shades getting caught will be a big difference maker in that, not going to lie. But these Shades could easily take out the Dark Shards. Cold One Dread Knights could charge in onto the Death Hag. Marathi's near her healing cap. This ain't over yet. This ain't over yet. Shades running up. They could get some nice point-blank shots onto this Death Hag. Because they're definitely going to want to take her out while everyone else is distracted. Cold One Dread Knights turning around. Shades. Looks like they're trying to fire. Or are they? Are they just going to ignore her and let the Cold One Dread Knights deal with it? She only has 35 melee defense, which isn't that good for a foot character. I mean, these guys have 40 melee attacks. They should hit more often than they miss. I say that as her health bar refuses to move. There we go. Some good hits coming in. Shade's even going to run in. Interesting. Probably don't want to waste any ammo. I guess he's saving it for the other Sisters of Slaughter. And there's maybe one Soul Stealer left. Maybe one Soul Stealer left. And if there is one Soul Stealer left, you should not be doing this. Oh no! All three units are going to blob up. I'm imagining we will see a circle appear around them pretty soon. If Marathi has it. This is so risky. This is so risky. Death Hag's maybe going to break. If no Soul Stealer comes out, then this was a worthwhile gambit. Shades, just fire a shot. Use the missiles to lower her leadership even more. Another melee recharge, and she spikes down to negative 23 and then back to 5. She's climbing in leadership while just piled in Velociraptors and Shades. And these guys have stayed bunched up for way too long. I'm so scared there's another Soul Stealer coming. Death Hag's back down to 7. Foot characters are weird. She's having a really hard time getting hit by these Cold One Knights that have better melee stats than her. Oh, they're getting nerfed by Marathi now. So, okay, now she has slightly better melee stats. She goes negative. And she's going to stay negative for long enough to break? No, she gets back to 1. Poor Contende. This lady should have broken like 5 times over. Shades are reforming ranks. It looks like they need to probably start shooting at the Sisters of Slaughter. There we go. Death Hag breaks. Death Hag breaks. So the Cold One Knights are going to try to chase her around, though they're probably just going to do the dumb thing that units do with foot characters and just walk with them instead of doing any damage. Shades are turning, and they're going to discourage the advance of any of these infantry. And Marathi's up there, plotting and scheming, trying to get one last Soul Stealer in. Death Hag takes some damage, and she dies. Or shatters. Dies. Okay, she's dead. Cold One Dread Knights from Contende are advancing. Shades are backing them up. It looks like they are going to shoot the Sisters of Slaughter as we predicted. Now, if Marathi doesn't have any mana, these Cold One Dread Knights are definitely going to eat her alive. So that balance of power is full of shit unless she has a Soul Stealer in the back pocket. And even then, I don't know. These are some big boys. Hey, Ice Power, what's up? What's up, dude? People were upset you weren't in the tournament today. We've seen many Dark Elf Lords today. We've had Rakarth, Lokir. Actually, I think we've had every Legendary Lord today. Shades get into combat with the Sisters of Slaughter. These Cold and Dread Knights are really faffing about. They need to get involved. Those Shades are dying. These Shades are dying. Cold and Dread Knights really just need to pop in. Alright, and they do. Deadly Onslaught's popped, and the last Soul Stealer, and a rear charge from Marathi. So this is it. Over here, the Sisters of Slaughter are going to rout along with the Shades. So now it's all on these Cold and Dread Knights, and that is definitely the last Soul Stealer. There's no way there's another one. But Balance of Power is going to take out these Cold and Dread Knights, even though they were totally fine. Alright, Balance of Power, you dick. Ah, you had rehearsals. Of course you did. Of course you did. Malekith got 3,000 value. Shades all got over 1,000. Dark Riders died horrifically. And Cold One Dread Knights, 2 of them died pretty horrifically. 1 of them did well. Marathi got 4,300 value. Death Hag and the Spears didn't get too much. Sisters of Slaughter, 2 of them didn't. 3 of them did fine. Dark Shards did okay. And the Crows of Cain didn't do that well. GG, well played. That was a banger. That was a banger. Alright, we have... Oh god, I have a lot of messages. That's a lot of messages. Oh god. Alright, good luck at the finals. Fun ones. Bobman's gone. We need Artisan Tech Priest back in here. So much shit. Would have really liked to play, but it happens. It does happen. Dude, AC Maiden. F's in the chat for AC Maiden. That dude's an elf main, and he didn't get to play in any of the 3 elf civil wars because they all ended up in European time, because I guess I'm just a twat. Show my faction war idea. I was thinking that we take the best sub-factions, the most popular sub-factions from each of the civil wars and do a faction war with them and see which sub-faction is the best. So you take these rules with you, like if Ice Power was playing, we'd probably have... Hag Rafe was pretty popular. Might even do a poll to see what people thought was the most popular. But anyway, so you take, let's say we have Ice Power play Hag Rafe. It's like, take the sub-faction, you get all these rules, you can take 2 of any of the RORs, etc. And we have like a sub-faction faction war from all of the civil wars that we had, various things. Okay, Anticity's messaging me, Houseplant's messaging me. Oh god, everything's going on. Okay, cool. What's happening? What's going on? Oh. Okay. Bobbert, Manert. You had 5 Sisters of Slaughter, you scoundrel. Four max. I think, right? Is okay. Just don't be a silly snag again. Yeah. I mean, if it was for money, I would call Contende back and be like, hey, Contende, he cheated technically, but I don't know. I think it's fine. Yes. Okay. There's questions about tomorrow's stuff. There's a lot of things going on. Naked Lady Rush is actually a meta. Yeah. Contende, you were memeing way better than your opponent. If you have a player in mind for each race, I could simply let them choose. That's true. I just, like, I have to look back and make sure none of them are boring. Bobman cheated you. I'm sorry. I missed it. Sisters, max 4. It's just ice power total war. Okay. I need to focus on this game, ladies and gentlemen. Sword of Torgal. Maps set. Artisan. Pick 1, ban 1. Boo, we win. If you want to make it for money, you'll put in $1. It's currently just for the Discord picture, and typical RTK trash cheating in tournaments. It's true. It's true. We are the biggest of the biggest cheaters. Can confirm. Boo, RTK. Aw, we're getting trash now. Just like trash, well-known cheater, human boy. You know what? I resent that, Ice Power. I am not well-known. Cheater, yes. Well-known, no. Yes. Bring in Harganeth and no Hellebron? It is capital punishment for Bobman. You're right. You're right. Can confirm. RTK stands for rematch, trash talk, and kill. I thought it stood for TK. God. Contende's just going hard. I love it. I love it. But I will message Contende and make sure he's okay. Lokir Chadhart, ban Harganeth. Rat Tomboy Killers. Rat Tomboy Killers. I'm a tomboy? You've never met me, my friend. The only sport I did... Well, okay. The only sport I did for the school was swimming. On my own, I ran long distance and lift weights, but I don't think I'm much of a tomboy if I don't really like physical contact that much. Like, any sport where I had to, like, tackle someone or, like, do something, it was big. It was big no-no. Because I was just not really good with, like, limits. Where, like, basketball is my biggest example. When you went from, like, junior league basketball to middle school, then the rules start mattering, and it's like, okay, well, I can slap the ball out of his hand, but if I hit his hand while I'm slapping the ball out of his hand, it's a foul. But that's so hard to see that half the time the ref isn't going to call it. If you, like, you can't trip someone, but you can put your foot in front. You can put your foot in front of them and then just stop moving, and they tripped over you, and then it's 50-50 on whether or not the ref's going to call you for tripping or call it fair. And it's just like all this bullshit, all this like nuance about it that I didn't like. And then when swimming came up, it's like you get your own lane, just go as fast as you can, and whoever has the best time wins. And it's like, that's simple. I like it. No bullshit rule breaks. It's fine. So there's my story of why I'm not a tomboy. Okay, I should do my job. I also need to change those nameplates. Oh boy, this is falling apart quicker than my second marriage. Artie, Tech Priest, and Bobman stays. Contende did in private message say he doesn't give a fuck about a remake, so everybody Hands together for Contende, a true sportsman and a scholar. A Chad we don't deserve, but the Chad we needed. Love that guy. He's great. 4, 5. Oh, wait. Bobman's Hag Grave? Okay. So I'm looking at very different stuff. Ranged infantry decreased by 1. Could take up to 2 of any ROR. Okay. Cool. Until ref DQs you for doing a flying turn and a backstroke. Yeah. Okay, obviously there are rules, but I meant, like, it's not as nuanced as stuff. Because, like, same thing as, I mean, you could translate it to anything. Like, football, and I meant global football, not the American version. Like, football, there's so much shit, man, with people, like, faking injuries to try to get a penalty, and then if they don't get the penalty called, and they just, like, shake it off and go back on the field, and, like, all that bullshit, I wasn't about it. It can be both, Jeremy. It can be both. Robbed of final victory. Yes. Sure. I know what's going on. I'm not confused. Okay, for Artisan... What? Football and American rugby. That's fair. It's close. And I know I said rugby because I slur, but I'm going to stick with it. It's rugby now. And all the connotations that gives. All right, so Artisan has the Blessed Dread, and it says cannot take Witch Elves or Sisters of Slaughter, and he needs 8 Black Ark Corsair units. He has all Sisters on my screen right now and no Black Ark. Yeah, little peek. That's a lot of Witch Elves, ladies and gentlemen. And no Corsairs. He forgot which faction he was. Because I checked Bobman's army, I'm like, yeah, that's within the rules. I scroll back and I'm like, this is the exact opposite of what you need to be doing. Very funny. Nobody flops in rugby. Blood streaming down their face and they still want to play. Rugby is badass. Yeah, rugby's pretty badass. Just call it soccer. They lost the right to do the name when they decided it was normal practice to fake injuries when tapped gently. You know what? Do not care. I like your gumption. Gumption's making a comeback. It's a good word. We have 20 people today, and this is not an Anticity stream, so that's weird. I think the last time we had 20 people, it's always been those Anticity ladder things. So that's cool. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you. I hope you'll pop back around tomorrow for the 2v2 Capture the Flag. That event was very fun. Last time it was full of drama, so hopefully this time it'll just go more smoothly and everybody can enjoy it. And I don't get shouted at by a million people. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. And if you don't know what the 2v2 thing I'm talking about is, go on Challenge. It's in there, but might as well promote it while we wait for Artisan to remake his army. Challenge. Left screen. Where is that? 2v2 Capture the Flag. It's in here. How Capture the Flag even works, if you don't know, is one army is regular, and the other army, you only get a Lord and 2 Kingsguard units. But you get to spend all the money you have on those 3 units. So, triple gold chevrons, biggest monsters you can find, etc., that sort of shit. But the lord for that 3-man group is the flag, and if that lord dies, the whole game is over. Doesn't matter how far ahead you are on the balance of power. Doesn't matter. If that lord dies, your flag is captured. Or shatters. Because if they shatter, then army losses can also decide the thing. But it's fun. To anybody, there were criticisms when I was making it up last time that they were thinking like, well, you're just going to get army losses every game. Actually not true. Last time the finals was checking Artisan's army. It looks good. The last finals was Swarv and Tank versus Ark in the Black and Void Lulls. And they were very behind on the balance of power. But then Swarv went deep with his Necro Sphinx and just ran down Ark in the Black and got like 4 hits in a row. It was like RNG heavily played into that game, but they were on the brink of army losses and they just snipe out Ark in the Black and the game was over. And it was nuts. So in the game that mattered for the whole tournament, the thematic rule set actually worked. So don't give me that shit of it's just going to be army losses. No, it's not. It's going to be great. All right. You get shouted at by 1 million people and only 368 subscribers. You should get more hate followers than that. We have 368 since when? I thought we were at 7. Yeah, we got one during the stream at some point. Let's go. Cetra all tooled out is half your money by himself. Yeah. There's a lot of things cool about it, in my opinion. It's like, you get the... I lost my train of thought there. Oh, yeah. With the army with less people, you're going to see some cool units you never see because the expense literally doesn't matter. You'll see some powers you don't get to see because the expense literally doesn't matter, so your lord should be fully kitted out at all times. And the Kingsguard can also take campaign units, so that's fun. Because the most campaign units you can bring are 2. So it's not going to get that obscene. It's like, well, yeah, there's 2 of them. Anyway. You still find it funny when Americans make fun of football while their gay rugby is a bitch of commercials? Yeah. American football has way too many commercials. Like, my friends and I get together. We don't really pay attention to sports that much, but we do get together for the Super Bowl every year, and we literally just play board games and occasionally check on the score, but it's mostly commercials. Alrighty, for Artisan, we have 5 Black Ark Corsairs with handbows, 2 of them with swords, and 1 Reaper Bolt Thrower, fulfilling his army requirement. A Sorceress of Fire with Fireball and Burning Head. Cold One Knights. And Lokir Fellheart back on his Dragon Maelstrom with all of his abilities, rocking it. Does he have 3 Cold One Knights? Yeah, he has 3 Cold One Knights. For Bobman, Trollface.png. He really wants the server to stay at Trollface. We have 2 Sisters of Slaughter, the Sisters Singing Doom, and 2 more Sisters of Slaughter, so he's this time 4. He is a cheater no longer. He has 4 Dark Shards, which their limit is 5, but it's decreased by 1 for his faction, so he is fine. Dark Riders in the very back. Dread Spears. And the Supreme Sorceress of Beasts with a Manticore and Curse of Onrir? No, a Manticore and Amber Spear. Interesting. American football is garbage. Soccer and football is garbage. Rugby is where it's at. That's from Jeremy. That's not from me. Don't dislike the video. I didn't do it. All right, we're getting in here. I like Lokir's army for this. I think they're going to do very well. Bobman has way superior infantry, but he could get kited. He has no cavalry to fight back against 3 Cold One Knights. He's got 1 Dark Rider. NFL is great background noise when gaming. We have more people here today because I'm here. Real human beings here. You haven't caught a stream in like 75 years. Welcome. Oh my god, I thought you were dead. I have played versus this build with subfaction with others Lokir. Disliked. Why would you do that? Why? Boom boom. Bolt thrower still throwing in. Looks like they're trying to shoot at Supreme Sorceress of Beasts. It's not a bad target. Black Ark Corsairs are getting cut down by Dark Shards at the moment. And the Skirmishers are going to move in. That is a little unfortunate that they have to move in, though. I guess I forgot that Dark Shards will outrange your skirmishers. Cold One Knights are going to have to get involved pretty quickly. Burning Head gets cast, but Bobman is going to dodge it. That's an elegant dodge, by the way. Just one forward, one back. That's nice. Your campaign is bugged. Level 40 Vlad now has 4 skill tree points. Well done. It's sad how unchad Bob's build is. Bobman is a tryhard. Can confirm. He is having to dodge some with his caster from the bolt thrower. Fireball caster might just want to throw fireballs up at her or something. Lokir is running forward to get involved. Bounce power is in Bobman's favor already, as we can see the Dark Shards just ripping a terrible toll. And a breath attack from Lokir takes this one down. Oh boy, like 2/3 of its health. That is brutal. Cold One Knights are going to get charged by Dread Spears and Sisters of Slaughter. I don't think they will win that, so they are going to try to pull away. Black Arc Corsairs are still firing in. These Dark Shards, man. These Dark Shards might be the decider. Ooh, okay, the Supreme Sorceress of Beast dives down into Cold One Knights, and that is going to be a big mistake. She's going to take a lot of damage for that and needs to get out of there if she even can. Lokir's getting a little attacked by Sisters of Slaughter, but they don't cause rampage, so he can pull out whenever he wants to. His dragon doesn't get stopped by anything here. Supreme Sorceress of Beast, as we mentioned, is taking a lot of damage and will try to get away, and she will be able to pull back through her own forces. Lokir routes off something. Dread Spears, it looks like. Ooh, and a big Burning Head coming in from Artisan. That will do a lot of damage here. Taking out about half of a Dread Spear unit, a bunch of Dark Riders. Very nice. Though we did lose a Cold One Knight for all that nonsense. Red team is further ahead on the balance of power. They do have a Summon Manticore that'll go away eventually, but there's more where that came from. I think those bolts were shooting at the Supreme Sorceress, but she dodged it. And, ooh, Lokir gets attacked by the actual Witch Elves, and now he is rampaging and taking a lot of damage. And Dark Shards are even going to point blank shoot him. And this could be the death of our dear Tech Priest. One respect mod, one click. Maybe. Cold One Knight's getting pretty low. Lokir's getting very, very low indeed. I don't know where the third Cold One Knight is, but that one's dying. That one's doing okay-ish. And the third one's somewhere. Probably hell. It's probably dead. With Lokir dying, the balance of power is quite far in the favor of Bobman. I don't think all the Black Arc Corsairs in the world can get you out of this one. Probably not. Probably not. I'm trying to think of any way they can get back in this. I mean, they do have a Firecaster. Maybe if Bobman puts all of his units in one spot, just lets himself get overcast Burning Headed. Maybe. That doesn't seem likely. Is there a fast forward on a live game? I wonder. Cold One Knights in the back are going to rally for a moment, but I think a couple more arrows hitting them will actually break them off. Oh, a lot of them are missing. Ah, there they go. They break. Handbows are going to start kiting a little bit, but they're running out of ammo and pretty low. Dark Shards have plenty. They can just walk up and shoot. Front line's pretty strong still. Bolt Thrower is still trying to snipe out that Lord, and maybe it can if she stands still, but she has a lot of dodging. And ooh, Dark Rider's coming into the back, gonna shut down the Bolt Thrower. Might trigger army losses, because that's a lot of ammunition that's holding up this balance of power, if they actually rout. Who dare messaged me? Who is this? What do you want? Okay. It is my 2v2 partner being excited about the capture of the flag tomorrow. Good, good, good. More shots coming in on the Dark Riders with shields. Black Arc Corsairs with handbows are still shooting. But with the bow dead, we're very far low on the balance of power. Sisters of Slaughter are going to destroy the Sorceress of Fire, but before they even get into combat, army losses kicks in. Except for that unit, apparently. Apparently that unit's unbreakable. Look at its leadership bar. It's quite full, he said ironically. Alright, Lokir got rampaged and gooned. Black Arc Corsairs did their best. Cold One Knights died. Yeah. Bobman's build was brutal. Sisters of Slaughter, man. They're apparently quite good. Also basic dark shards. GG, well played. Let's do... MP Alpine Ridge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Map set. Bobman picks? Bobman picks. Bobman pick. Okay. Pick Mama, Bam Mama. Gotta get the blocker up. Gotta update the score. And then the puppy demands my attention. BRB. Please, let's go inside. Let's go inside. Come on. Come on. Okay. Oh, hi. Hi, Hazel. Hi. All right. We have a very love-filled dog right now. Okay. Hello. Yes. Yes, you're very sweet. You're very sweet. All right. If you're going to be annoying, we should at least get the camera so YouTube can enjoy you too. Who's messaging me? Malice Chadblade. Got it. All right. Hang on, Hazel. Okay. Hi, pup. Hi, pup. Hi, puppy. Yes, you're very good. You're a very good puppy, and we all love you. You're just a lot. Devices, video, VC gamer. What up? What up, dude? Hazel, come here. Come here. Say hi to the stream. Say hi to the stream. Yes. Yes, who's a good pupper? Who's a good pupper? Yes, we love you. We love you. You're a very loving dog. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're getting tangled up in wires. You're getting tangled up in wires, and we love you so much. Yeah. You're a good pupper. You're a very good pupper, yes. Oh. Oh. You like your scritches. You don't want Dad to do his work because I can't pay attention to the stream while I'm petting you because you're so lovely. Ah. Hi, dog. Hi. Hi. You're a good puppy. You're a good puppy. This is Hazel, everyone. She's our lovely pup. Uh-oh. And she's very aggressive. Oh. Oh, you're so fierce. You're a very fierce puppy. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the paw to the face. That was very nice. That was very nice. All right. I gotta go do my job. Hi. Hi. Where are your toys? For artisan, we don't need very much of anything. Yeah. Egg grape's actually pretty easy to not break the rules on. Oh man. Limit 1 manticore need 8 females, which he has, so he's ready. Cool. Finally, the star of the show has arrived. Yeah, Hazel's great. Hazel's great. Hazel, where's your severed frog leg? We got her this toy that's like a tug toy, and it's a frog, but its arms and legs are supposed to be resistant, but Hazel is quite a bitey dog, and she has torn off 2 of the arms and legs. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, you can see his extra arms and legs down there. Oh, shit. Hold on. I fucking hate that thing. Preset, no. How do I change what microphone it's listening to? Layout. No. I know what it is, though. It wants the camera to be my mic. How do I stop doing that? Oh, I think I know. Hold on. This is very hard with Hazel plugging on this thing. Sound settings, yes. Output, yes, but I want input. Input. Microphone. There, how's that? Is that better? Tell me if that's better. If it's not better, then we're in trouble. Oh, you're such a good tugger. Get your tugs. Get your tugs. Rawr. Okay. Blocker can come down. Both the armies are legal. Hazel's having her day. Okay. I think I sound better now. So for the side of Artisan Tech Priest, we have... It's not screen blocker time. I got rid of it. For Artisan Tech Priest, we have the double Raven's Herald again. We have 2 Sisters of Singing Doom. We have 4 Black Ark Corsairs. 4 Black Ark Corsairs. Hazel has left the building. We have a Sorceress of Fire with Fireball and Burning Head. And we have Malice Darkblade. And Triple Shade, actually. Wow. Okay, Triple Shade. Let's do this. On the other side, we have Bobman with 4 Sisters of Slaughter, 2 Bleak Swords, 2 Death Hags, both on foot, one of which has the sword that does the -5 melee attack and -10% speed. Yes. And then we have Marathi in the Sky with her regular kit. Dark Riders with Shields, Slenish's Harvesters, Dark Riders with Shields, and the Crows of Cain. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I sound better now? Good. I had to set my default microphone to this one and not the camera. Because the camera has a shitty little microphone. And that's what, if anybody watched my Lore of Magic video thing for the new announcement, the whole thing was because this bastard was recording as the microphone even though I wasn't using the camera. So that was exciting. I didn't want to redo the whole video, so I just released it with poor audio quality. Okay. So the forces are advancing, and without Hazel, there's no reason for a camera. So get out of here. No more camera. No more camera. Forces are advancing. Double Raven's Herald. I'm just realizing that once again, the double Raven's Herald have no ranged assets to threaten them. They just have to worry about these Crows of Cain and Marathi. But with Triple Shade, you should be able to zone them off with ranged assets. So yeah, Artisan should be careful about taking these fights. Oh no! And one of the Raven's Heralds is going to take a fight with Marathi. No! That is tragic for them, because now they're also going to block the Shades from being able to shoot her. And they're taking a lot of damage over there. That is a bit of a pickle. Shades are already going to get attacked by Dark Riders. Those Shades have pretty good combat stats, so they can actually withstand this okay. Okay. Not great, but okay. One Raven's Herald is already almost dead. How's the front line going? Malice Meme Blade charging in there, putting a big old debuff down. Ooh, minus 24 melee defense on the Sisters of Slaughter is actually pretty big. He's going to fight the double hag on his own. Raven's Herald are running around the Crones of Cain, but that is a big win for the Crows of Cain. And these Raven Heralds are getting messed up by Marathi. But a Burning Head does come in from Artisan onto Bobman's Sisters of Slaughter, trying to really turn things around for them. Big Soul Stealer comes in over here. It hits one Blackheart Corsair and Malice, but Malice doesn't really care, and Malice can pretty easily 2v1, 1v2 those Death Hags, apparently. These Blackheart Corsairs do need to be pulled up and help out the Shades. And the Raven's Herald are going to charge into Slaanesha's Harvesters. Bold. Bold, they take a lot of damage, and they're even going to get Soul Stealered by the Bound Soul Stealer on Slaanesha's Harvesters. Malice has to pop Zarkand. Does he pop him before he goes? He will not. Oh! Okay, even while routing, it finishes apparently, so he does get Zarkand off. Now he's going to start taking a bunch of damage forever, and that's pretty bad, but he can probably finish off both of these Death Hags. Bobman is quite far ahead on the balance of power. At this point, both Raven Heralds have been shut down, one of them by death and one of them by just getting chased all game. Malice has already killed one Death Hag. He's going after another, and a Doom Bolt does some good damage to these Blackheart Corsairs that are all clustered up, and it's going to kill them. Sisters of Slaughter beating up some Blackheart Corsairs. Shades getting beat up by Sisters of Slaughter, and I think this one is going to be a quick victory for the Bobbert Manert. Malice is trying to kill these Death Hags, but the rest of the army he will not be able to. That will be GG, and that'll take us to 2-0. And yep, that's that. That's gonna be that. Yep. This is a normal thing that's happening. Yep. I'm not distracted. You're distracted. Why can't I find him? All right. Sorry, I was messaging someone. So Malice is going to fight some Bleak Swords. Looks like he killed that other Death Hag while I was admittedly a little distracted trying to set something up. Marathi's fighting the Raven's Herald with her Crows of Cain, and that is definitely going to be the end of them. And Bleak Swords fighting Malice Darkblade in Tazarkan form. They will not win, but they will buy time as Army Losses comes in and takes out everything besides Tazarkan, leaving him all alone. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Camera's going nuts. Marathi, fight. Marathi, fight. Marathi, fight. I want to see if she can beat Tazarkan. GG's being thrown out. Little prematurely. Tazarkan could totally kill all of this. Should probably not say GG yet. Come on, guys. Sportsmanship. Alright, he gets a big drain off, and Marathi does commit to the fight. Go, Malice, go! Kick her ass! Kick her ass! Getting tons of health back from your draining effect. Yes! But she's also casting a Soul Stealer. But thankfully it'll do friendly fire to all these units. Take that, you. And Bobbert Manert of the clan Man of Bobs will be today's victor of the Dark Elf Civil War. Yar. Alright. Alright, everybody. We did great today. Malice got 900 before he had to turn to Zarkand. After that, no idea. Witch Elves did okay. One of them actually got messed up. Shades didn't quite do anything, and the Raven Heralds got chased around. Marathi got a ton of value. Sisters of Slaughter got good value like they have been all day. Dark Riders actually did well, and so did the Slaanesha's Harvesters. So GG, well played. Jeepers Creepers. Yeah. Yeah, that is some jeepers. That is some creepers. Okay. All right. That was the series, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for the tourney, human boy. Anytime, Adelmo. Except not anytime. Only when I'm available, because I have things to do sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. I will give this about 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I messaged Ice Power about being the final boss, but he has not responded, and I'm going to end the stream. So, yeah. All right. All right, that's the end of this, and I will, yep, end the stream now. Yep. Perfect segue. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out today. You are all treasures. Goodbye.